How's it going, guys? This is Fire Red Fox Gun here, and welcome back to Crazy Cooking Vlog. Today, we will be learning how to cook homemade crepes. This was a request by my children, so yeah. In future episodes, feel free to put down in the comments down below on this video or on my Facebook page anything that you would like to see actually get cooked. Sorry, I should look at the camera. Anything that you want to see us cook, or anything that you want to learn how to cook, I'll find the recipe and we'll do a video on it. So let's get started. Okay, guys. So this is what we've got. We've got our flour, our sugar. See, it actually says sugar right on the side of it. Woohoo! Sugar. We have a little bit of salt, milk, and oil. Oh, and the eggs. We've got to remember the eggs. The eggs are key. There's not a lot of eggs. There's not a lot of eggs in there, but we do have them because it's what helps stick everything together. And you also need a pan. This right here. Here. What? Go away. So this is the type of pan that I have. It's an actual special pan designed specifically for cooking crepes, and we will get to that later. But as it stands right now, the only ingredient, or the only cutlery or utensils that we need is the bowl and the whisk, the beautiful whisk. Now, if you don't have a whisk, you can use electric ones or anything like that. But we like to use whisks because it makes it work easier. We also have this special one over here. That actually does everything for you, and you just have to push down. So, besides that, we are good to go. Again, it's one of my older recipes, and it's not gluten-free. It's not anything spectacular either. So it's 100% old school, good and tasty. So, what we need is 1.5 cups of milk, 1 cup of flour, 2 eggs. 2 eggs, I'm reading it off. 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Now, the cooking oil that we're using is the canola oil from the last video. It's the same canola oil. Let's get cooking. This is actually a recipe that I don't even really need the card for, because we've already figured out our own special way of doing things, so we don't really measure anything out either. Alright, so we're not doing one batch. Well, the ingredients that I just read off were for one batch of them. We're going to be making what? How many?
3.
3 batches? Why are you just honing that in on me? You need to like move around and stuff. You gotta be like.
You're talking.
Yeah. So, how many are we making? 3 batches. So we basically have to triple everything. So it said 2 eggs, so we need 6 eggs, 6 tablespoons of sugar, 4.5 cups of flour, 3 cups of milk. Oh, 4.5 cups of milk? It's 4.5 cups of milk. Yes, 4.5 cups of milk, 3 cups of flour. Yes. Don't mix those 2 up or else it turns into goo. Actually, no, it doesn't. It turns into a hard, stale loaf of garbage. So,
bread.
Yeah, pretty much. These guys did that the one time and it didn't work out very well. So, anyways, Elizabeth, you gonna crack the eggs?
Yep.
Always crack the eggs first. That's a little tip from me. Always crack the eggs first, because why aren't you moving the camera? Look at everything.
I was.
Focus in on certain things, but you don't stay with them. You can go back and forth from me to them to what they're doing.
But I don't want the people to get dizzy.
Well, then do it not all the bloody time. And if you do it fast enough, it doesn't even register on the camera. I just don't like doing the whole turn it around and freaking stare at it. So,
Oh yeah.
tip.
I always warn me before you start talking.
I'm going. What? Were you
I
not?
didn't actually start videotaping until you were like. When you came over with the card, you're like, okay, so, and then I'm like, shit, go.
I thought you were recording the whole time.
No, you paused and then never unpaused it.
Well, I thought thought you were sitting there doing this. I figured you were
was
recording.
practicing.
Okay, well then record. Are you recording?
Yes, I never shut it off.
Yes. My wife is behind the camera, guys. So if this is absolutely horrible, blame her. Anyhow, so the tip for this is always do the eggs first. Always do the eggs first. Always do the eggs first. Because if you accidentally crack the eggs too much, then, or you accidentally, don't crack the eggs properly, and you get some little eggshells in there. These little cracks. If you get any of these in, any of these little pieces, it's gonna be crunchy and gross. Don't do that.
And taste nasty.
So, you don't have to do that yet. So, what?
Mom usually does it.
No, you just make sure that there are no eggshells in there because eggshells taste gross, and unless you want extra calcium in your diet, don't bother. It's not worth it. Anyhow, next we should do probably let's do all the liquids first.
Yeah, this one.
So we'll do milk. Do we have? Oh, we don't have the measuring cup. This is actually one of those things that you do have to measure.
How much do we need again?
And for those that don't like to try and mix through a whole bunch of liquid and flour at the same time, I put batch through batch and mix it in between. It makes it easier on your arms if you're not very strong.
Yes, or you could just use an electric.
Or you can use the electric blender.
Use an electric blender. You don't need 3. You need 4.5. So, and also because our thing is messed up, we have to actually put it up here. So that's 2. So that's easier. So I accidentally went too far. Yep. That's 2. That's 4. We're doing 3 batches, right?
Yes.
Yes. We're doing 3 batches.
Oh, yeah.
So we need 4.5 cups.
That looks...
And I need another bag of milk because I need
Sorry,
to go
got
off
it.
that 4.
I got it already.
Perfect. So we have to go, and then the last one goes up to that 4 right there, and that's half a cup right there. So
4 ounces.
yeah, 4 ounces, or what is it, 125 milliliters? So
Yes.
up to that that line right there.
Yes.
100, 125. See? There. 100, 125. Same with this side, and then you just line up that one with that one there, and then you're good to go.
Begin.
So,
A little bit of extra will be okay.
a little bit of extra is not that big a deal. It actually makes the
Makes it a little bit more.
little bit more consistent.
Yummier.
Makes the consistency a little bit more smooth, and it goes onto the pan a little bit nicer.
This is a liquid.
That's not a liquid. That's a salt. It's a solid. This is a solid. It's salt. And again, the amount of salt, about that much. So, not a whole lot. That's about a half teaspoon. About a half teaspoon. Throw it in there. It says about 1/8 of a teaspoon, so you do about a half teaspoon. It's not going to make much of a difference, and it's not going to be bad for you. So, here comes the flour. Now, what we do with ours is the way that we learn how to, or that we remember how to do this, is that we have everything in. Well, we have our cups in half cups, and then everything else works out perfectly. Because if you have 6, you end up with 6 half cups of flour, 6 eggs, 6 tablespoons of sugar, and what is it? 3. Pretty much 3 everything else except for the milk. The milk is the only one that you have to remember because it's 4.5 instead of 3 or multiple of 3. So, yeah. Now, cool thing about this, the canola oil that we have, the lid itself is about a tablespoon, which is awesome. So we don't have to dirty any more dishes. We just fill it up, dump it in, fill it up, dump it in, fill it up, dump it in. 3 tablespoons right there. And then you put the cap back on and throw that away too. Remember, always keep a clean kitchen, or else you shouldn't be cooking in it. Tablespoons, guys, not teaspoons. That's a teaspoon.
They put 3 teaspoons in.
3 teaspoons in, so put 1 more teaspoon in, and that's 4. That's 2 tablespoons. Yeah.
And the sugar should be closer to where you guys are working.
Now, this is another little trick that we're doing, and apparently my children we haven't made this recipe in a really long while, so they forgot about this. This is 2 tablespoons. This tablespoon is a big spoon, huge. See, there's my hand, there's the spoon. My hand is huge. See? There. Here, even there. Look at that, egg. Now you have a comparison. The egg is half the size of the spoon. But this spoon is actually worth 2 tablespoons. So technically we only need 3 of these. See? Multiples of 3. Multiples of 3 makes it easier to remember. Everything is multiple of 3. If you fill up the spoon and bring everything over to you. See? Again, another reason why we don't cook in a dirty kitchen. If your kitchen is cluttered and dirty and everything like that, you end up making more of a mess, which creates more mess. More dirt, more everything.
Daddy's already put the salt in.
The salt is already in. This is the other reason why I go around and actually clean up afterwards, is because then I don't accidentally double up on ingredients that I don't need to. Put that one away. What? Yes. I think we got everything. We got everything, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. I'm starting to throw everything away.
Actually, I can't really do this. I can.
What?
Can I do the
Well, you gotta get all of it. Okay. Be careful, because you're making a mess. You're going to make a mess if you keep on going the way that you are.
Yep. So you want to push all the flour and all the dry stuff into the wet stuff to make all the dry stuff wet. Then you can start stirring and mixing, because then it won't fall out of the bowl as you stir.
Oh, I should have told that. Egg beater. Looks like that. It comes with with these little things that pop out. Makes it really, really easy to blend everything up. That's if you don't want to sit there and actually stir it with your own hand. We like to save electricity here. So plus we always forget that we even own this thing. Or at least I do.
I haven't forgotten. I just get all the wuss every time I pull it out.
Okay, you want me to finish?
Yes.
Okay, so, hang on. Just stop for a second. You see all these little guppy, bumpy stuff? That's all flour. You want to try and continuously stir it until all of those are gone. Because if you have all those in there, then you bite into one of them and it doesn't taste very good when the final product's all done. Yeah. Try and get them in there until there's no lumps left. A couple of lumps is not that big of a deal. If you get a couple of lumps, it's not a horrible ordeal. They usually break up fairly easily. Like you can still see a couple of little tiny ones, but the good majority of them are all gone. See that? I'm gonna whisk that for about another 2 more minutes, and hopefully most of those will disappear. Basically, it's just flour that you want to break up, get rid of. Did somebody turn on the stove?
Oh, no.
It's one of those things that we always forget about. We always forget about turning on the stove.
I do believe we start at 6. And as it heats up while we're doing this, then we turn it down to 4 or 5
Yeah.
for best cooking.
Yeah, actually,
You want to heat it up.
I usually heat it up at 7,
Okay, that's right.
just to heat up the pan. So, 7 degrees, or
It's nice and clean
whatever
now.
medium high is on your on
Just
your
past
stove.
medium.
Yeah.
It's already
Just
stuff
past
is
medium.
hot.
So you have your low, your high, and then your center point. Just go a little bit past that.
The surface spot is actually already
Yeah.
on.
Sugar. You want to get that sugar?
Yes, please.
So, this is pretty much done. Do we want to start making the? Oh, yeah. We're gonna also because this is kind of like a left or a breakfast kind of meal. This recipe is actually a dessert meal. So usually people put it. It comes out like a tortilla. If you've never had a crepe before, it looks like a tortilla. So you put stuff into it like jelly, whipped cream, chocolate syrup, chocolate chips, whatever, bananas,
Maple syrup.
Yeah, any kind of fruit, any kind of fresh fruit, any kind of topping, like whipped topping or like liquid topping, whatever you want, and then you roll it all up like a tortilla, like a big taco, or sorry, not taco, burrito, like a burrito, and then you eat it whatever way you want. We usually use maple syrup because we're Canadian.
No,
And that's the staple of pretty much every meal in Canada is maple syrup.
but you also use the peanut butter.
Yeah, I use peanut butter. I usually use peanut butter and chocolate. It's one of my
You
favorites.
use whatever happens to be in the house.
Pretty much anything. But
Including
we usually
ice
have peanut
cream.
butter. Yeah, but we usually have peanut butter and chocolate. Actually, that's the way that we had it the last time when we actually went to a special restaurant. They actually served it with fresh fruit and vanilla ice cream in the center, and then they drizzled. What was it? Was it like vanilla icing or vanilla?
I have the feeling it was a strawberry sauce with the strawberries that
Was it?
went with the strawberries on
Because
top.
inside it was like mixed berries.
Yeah, on the top of the strawberries.
Okay, and then you sprinkle a little bit of
Icing sugar.
icing sugar all over the bottom or all over the top of that, and it looks really, really pretty when you put it on a plate. What the heck is that? That hopefully is not a bug. I
Well.
don't want to be eating bugs. Extra protein.
Extra protein!
That's gross.
Why did you try to get it out?
What I did? It's right there on the side.
Let's grab it.
Yeah, that looks like
It's a bug.
it's an ant.
Oh, it is too. No, it's
It's
not
an
an ant. It's one of those stupid moisture bugs flying all over the place. We have all of our windows and everything like that open, so if just be thankful you're not eating this. If you get a couple of those in there, it's not that big of a deal. You know,
They're being
fast,
fried up.
fast food's actually worse. Fast food is actually 100% worse. You're allowed to have 10% bug parts. That was only maybe 0.1. Anyhow, so once you have your sauce all nicely turned over, it kind of looks like liquid. That's because it is. But when you put it-
Crepe mix.
Pardon? Read that again.
Remove pan from the while applying crepe mix.
Well, applying
Use
crepe
hand
mix, yes.
stuff, Daddy.
So, we don't put oil in that.
We do not put oil on that pan
because
because
the
you would
oil's
shoot
already
me.
inside. Oh, that's right. That's because this is my special one. Somebody's already messed it up. Anyhow, so when you finally have your stuff all done, you take it in your nice big ladle, as big a ladle as you think you need. This one we found out that it actually works pretty much perfectly, and then you just pour it on and move it around until it becomes a nice thin layer. Only do one at a time because the pan is hot. It'll immediately start cooking. Like instantly, pretty much. We also need, no, don't use that one. Use the top one. Use the black one. We have this big one for pancakes. It was impulse buy, I think, and I don't think we've ever really used it.
Speak for yourself. I use that every time.
Really? You use this? That's disturbing.
Yeah, I've used that one.
That's
Lots.
upsetting. I think I would probably only use that one for I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to use that like for. Maybe pancakes.
Actual pancakes that looks like 2 or 3 at a
Yeah.
time. And if you keep playing with that, Elizabeth, you're going to end up with a whole bunch of bubbles.
Yeah, don't play with what? Why? The bubbles happen automatically. The bubbles happen automatically because there's air actually getting in, stuck underneath all the steam and everything like that from the liquids in the mix, evaporating and creating air pockets underneath. So, what you want to actually learn, or what you want to look for when you're doing this, is the edges getting brown. See, right? You can't really see it from here, but yeah, the first one always takes a little bit longer. But you see how that's nice and golden brown? That's pretty much perfect. But you'll see the edges actually crinkle up and start going hard, and that's your indicator to actually flip the thing over. Now, once you flip it over, you don't want to leave it on too long because then you'll actually burn the other side, and that's not something you want to do. So,
Should we get a plate?
yes, we need a plate. Can somebody get a plate? I will get a plate. Plate, 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 plate. Okay. Whoa, what am I running over? Pulling over stuff. See? Dirty kitchen. We don't want dirty kitchens. Alright, so because this is like I said before, because we're using this as kind of like a breakfast thing, because these guys like to call these things flat pancakes. We're going to be cooking bacon and home fries. Home fries, special. That's a fresh potato. Well, almost fresh. It's starting to go a little, but whatever. We are going to use these. We're gonna wash them up, and I'm gonna throw these onto the cast iron pan, and we will be good for dinner.
Alright, so what I'm doing now is making home fries. So I grab a potato, sliced it in half, and then sliced it again right down the long side, and then just put a couple other pieces in, and just nicely breaks it off. You can make these as big or as small as you like, but you want to try and keep them even.
This actually works really well.
Otherwise, they don't cook evenly.
Yeah.
I have control of the camera now. Hi guys. So we got bacon over here cooking in the pan. Yeah, sorry about the kind of weird cut. The oh, that needs to flip. So we've got, see, and that is perfect. Oops. Okay, screw that. We're gonna just do this. Shh. We don't want it. Don't tell anybody I use my fingers. They're clean anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So I can't do this with one hand. But the best part about cooking bacon and home fries at the same time is if you're not watching, what are you doing? If you're not watching your cholesterol, or you don't care about diet or anything like that, with all of that in there and all those potatoes, I don't think anybody really is. And if you watch your weight, sorry, this is not diet. Anyhow, basically, you can take all of that extra grease, all that extra nice saucy grease in there. Stop doing that, please. You're splashing everywhere. And you can take the potatoes and put them straight in there once the bacon is done. And they cook up beautifully. So, I wanted to show you guys how to properly do a crepe. Now, this is almost every single time I can get this done just right. And you take as much as you can in one spoon, tilt your pan on an angle, don't have it sitting on a flat surface, and then you take it and you start turning immediately. And you just keep on turning until it all goes hard. And that way you get a nice even flow on your pan, and it cooks a lot faster and a lot more evenly.
Now, while you were gone, we also turned the temperature down now to 5.
Yeah, because they were cooking way too quickly. So we had to turn it down. When you first start cooking them, you want to have the heat up so that the pan cooks up, or the pan heats up a lot faster. And then once you get to that temperature that you want it at, you have to turn it down, or else you're basically gonna burn them every single time. See, this is generally what happened to the other ones. So the one side turned out really nice, and the other side kind of went. Yeah. But they're still gonna taste good. It's not like they're burnt; they're just a little overcooked. So again, with the corners, see that sticks nice and good to the pan, and then you just take the edge of your spatula and just go around and basically cut out. I'm not used to doing this up in the air. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. You just basically cut this out, and then try and get your spatula underneath, and voila, a perfect crepe. Then you let it sit there for a little bit longer, and then plate it. Perfect. Now the bacon is coming along really nicely, and as long as I don't burn myself, we will hopefully not have any trips to the hospital today. We didn't have any last week, so that's good. No trips to the hospital, people. Be safe when you're cooking. Always use an adult. Sometimes Kobe says, or my wife says that I need an adult too. But
Kids do sometimes, especially when you try and cook bacon on high with no shirt on.
Well, that is a manly thing. Dag nabbit, we need to be manly. Okay, watch out.
That's why we always have aloe in the house.
Burns suck.
So to keep the crepes warm, we put a plate on top of the plate. That seals in the heat of it.
Because it takes forever to go through an entire bowl like this. But,
on average, it takes anywhere between half an hour and an hour and a half to get through a bowl.
It takes less than 20 minutes to actually put this all together, and it takes probably 3 times that just to cook them.
And we're almost done.
That's also because you can only do one at a time. Unless you do small ones, little personal size ones, which I feel that this is a personal size one, but most people think that personal size is maybe like this big. So
that's a snack.
That's a snack.
That's a personal size for the dog.
We in this house do not watch our weight. We probably should, but I feel if you can't eat the way that you want, there's no point in living.
As long as it's not going to kill you.
Exactly. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you fatter. That was the old saying of my grandmother. Oops.
And that's what happens.
Yep, I didn't wait for that one. That one didn't cook long enough. So it ended up breaking in half, but that's okay. Because my puppy likes crepes too, don't you?
He also likes to sit in the kitchen when we're cooking. Out.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be in the kitchen when we're cooking, are you? Out of the kitchen. Out of the kitchen. Thank you. Go lie down over there. You can wait. This one is going to be yours. That means that you have to eat your food too. Eat your dinner. You don't get snacks unless you eat your dinner, right?
That's right.
Okay. So we'll be back when everything is pretty much done. Yeah. See you then. Okay. So now that we've got the bacon off and people are touching it,
we put a little bit of an extra piece of paper towel over top to kind of get most of the grease off.
Because
to kind of
super greasy. So we don't like that much grease, but
we like our heart.
Yeah. There's a fine line between tasty grease and just way too much grease. And yeah, we don't want to do too much. But
Mark's gonna back off before he gets burnt again. And slowly put that in. Because there's water in the potatoes, they can easily break and splatter at you.
Remember the last time when we were discussing now? Yeah, as I burn myself. This is going to be freaking viral. We were discussing the last time that water and oil don't mix. Yeah, that's why. It's because water will actually sit on top of the oil and boil faster
Or if for some reason it ends up underneath, it ends up actually frying and evaporating underneath the oil, which splatters the oil.
Splatters the oil even more. So we've got one potato on the ground. There they go. And you just stuff them in the oil and let them deep fry. And then you basically end up with truck stop potatoes. Alright, so my pan isn't big enough to fit them all, so we're just going to leave those off to the side over there. And clean up the one that's on the floor.
And then wash your hands again, because you just touched them.
Always remember to wash your hands. Keep your hands nice and clean while you're cooking. Well, soapy. Done. It's been probably about 15 or what was it, 20, 25 minutes, and I've been cooking the entire time, and that's how much I still have in the pan. It's ridiculous. So, again, we'll be back, and hopefully we'll have everything all done this time.
Are you videotaping?
No, I just like to hold it like this. What's a videotaping?
Okay, so we're back, and pretty much everything's done. I've got the bacon in the microwave just to keep it warm because it's starting to cool down a little bit. So we're going to put that down, and look at that. Nice and golden and nice and crispy. Just crispy enough. And our potatoes are all finished. If you don't like regular straight up potatoes, like these ones are basically seasoned with the bacon. But you can add in your own little seasonings or whatever you want. And we have our stack of crepes. Oh, one more. All done. So our crepes are all set, ready to go. Put those on the table. And we are good to go. Remember, cast iron pans get hot. Don't mess around with them. So, we've got the last of the potatoes sitting in the pan, just finishing up cooking. And we are ready to go.
So there's bacon, maple syrup, and mixed fruit, frozen mixed fruit. You can use fresh, it'll taste better. Smooth peanut butter and chocolate sauce.
She just come in straight at
Yes, I did. And then there's mine that's just maple syrup. Nope.
No context.
No context.
There's no context for this video.
It is context sensitive. Okay, so as we are done, notice that we are done actually cooking, and we actually made the whole dinner. So there's our pile of crepes again, our bacon, and we had defrosted some mixed fruit that we found in the freezer. We have some ice cream.
And we've got all the rest of our potatoes. We decided after we tried them that the bacon didn't really season them as much as we would like, so we added in a little bit of seasonal salt. This is just no-name seasonal salt. It's actually no name.
It's
not just no name.
It's flavored salt.
Well, I'm pretty sure
screen.
that almost everybody knows what seasonal salt is. It's stuff that you put on barbecue stuff. This isn't quite barbecue, but
It's fried.
it's close enough. And oh my god, guys, I wish that you were here to smell this. It smells absolutely amazing.
Taste it.
So-
It's amazing.
Oh yeah, it tastes amazing too. So, that's all done. We need to take that off the burner. Turn the burner off. And we got our-
Remember burners.
yes, always remember, light means hot. So don't touch. Hot means you're gonna hurt yourself. So, there's some stuff in that. We just need to leave it upside down a little bit more. But we got two different kinds because we have two different kinds. And,
That one works really well.
yeah, that one's pretty good. So I'm gonna start with just a little bit of peanut butter, and then I'm gonna add in our chocolate sauce. Yes, we're gonna add some peanut butter straight out of a tube. We get that in Canada, don't you know? So what we're
Only
all
if
about?
you're in the military, man. Holy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, peanut butter comes in a tube there. That's actually pretty good stuff. Surprisingly enough, it's not as disgusting as it sounds. And I think I'm gonna add a couple of mixed veg berries. These ones are frozen; they're not fresh because we don't eat we should eat more berries in this house, but we don't. So we're gonna add a couple more of those. And yep, you can do that in a minute. And I think that one is done. And that is basically how you make a dessert
crepe.
This is not technically a breakfast crepe. It's a dessert crepe.
It's not even a dinner crepe, even though that's what we're using.
Yeah, I figured I'd make one that's nice.
You hook your fork into the side of it and just roll.
No, that's not how it is.
And then there's Mark that just rolls it, and yeah, he broke the end of it.
I broke it because the ice cream didn't melt while I was pushing it. And actually the strawberry popped out the side. But that's basically what it looks like. And then you can take some, sauce, drizzle it over the top, and add a little bit of whipped cream. Oh, wait.
Do you have whipped cream?
I don't know if it's any good. Nope. Nope, it's no
Nope,
good.
no good.
That's all gone. Apparently.
Off.
Maybe? Hang on.
Yep, it's still going.
Now the reason why it looks so funny is because
I broke the lid.
it broke the lid from another fridge one time because it's extremely big and it's bigger than our shelf.
So, and there you go.
Voila.
Voila. You can put a little cherry on top or whatever you want. That comes out really funny, but pretty good. And then you break into it. You end up with a nice cross section of everything. What? That's awesome. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, don't forget to leave a comment down below letting us know whether or not you want what kind of things you want us to cook next. If you want to know how to cook something, or if you want to see us cook something and try it out. As long as it's not disgusting, please don't give us disgusting food. We're willing to try pretty much everything except for, stuff that shouldn't be edible.
Speak for yourself. I won't even try that.
Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and until the next video, take her easy.
This little old lady who liked to knit pretty colored sweaters. And every time that she decided to knit a pretty colored sweater, some asshole came over here and started frickin' ripping her apart.